First, thank you for spending the time and listening to our Molina Healthcare 2021 rollout with Kevin O'Connor. My name is Yvonne Blanco. I am the broker sales manager at Insurance Advisors Direct. If you have interest in learning about DSNP, learning how you can sell year-round, understanding how the dual SNP plan market works, please give me a call at 1-800-381-0977. My direct extension is 124. IAD is a full service FMO. If you can check us out on the website, www.iadbrokerage.com. And with that, I'll go ahead and pass it over to Kevin O'Connor, who is our South Carolina Molina representative.
Thank you very much, Yvonne. Like she said, my name is Kevin O'Connor. I am the Medicare Broker Channel Manager for Molina in the great state of South Carolina. I am truly excited to be partnering with you all at the Insurance Advisors Direct. We look forward to doing great things together beginning with 2021. So with no further ado, let's jump right into my presentation of the 2021 advanced screening for our Medicare benefits in South Carolina. So across the board, we tailor our benefits to serve our members as best we can. We pride ourselves on being a member-centric plan. So across the board, we have increased dental allowance on the majority of our offerings in the majority of our markets. Increased vision benefits across several plan offerings, as well as increased over-the-counter quarterly allowance across several of our plans. We have also kept the personal emergency response system, the I've fallen and I can't get up button, but it's improved. It's now the PERS Plus is what they call it, and it helps to assist in fighting the loneliness that our seniors are feeling from being quarantined for the majority of this year. And then again, we added telehealth this year as a result of the pandemic, and most of the carriers did the responsible thing and it did add it in response to the pandemic. However, we have chosen to keep it on as a benefit going forward into 2021. So one of the things as a broker I always wanted to see was the national footprint and the growth that is being obtained by the carriers I want to work with. What we see here is that Molina is growing, and we're growing organically. As you can see by this slide, is that we are adding 104 counties for 2021. You all will be happy to know that Michigan is one of the states with expansion. And in addition to that, we also have Florida, New Mexico, Ohio, Texas, Utah, Washington, and Wisconsin. Now in South Carolina, we aren't expanding, unfortunately. However, we are already in 43 of 46 counties with our DSNP plan, and 2 of the 3 that we're not in with the DSNP, we are in with the MMP. So, which is our Medicare Medicaid plan, which in South Carolina, agents have an opportunity to enroll, not enroll directly, but to substantially assist a beneficiary to enroll in that plan and get paid just as if writing a DSNP. But that is only available from Molina and only available in South Carolina. Here is a quick snapshot of our county expansion. I won't leave this up too long. Again, in South Carolina, we don't have an expansion, but for those of you in Michigan, there's a quick view of what to expect going forward from Molina. Here is our service area map for the state of South Carolina. As you can see, 43 of the 46 counties are covered by our DSNP. The only county that we have that is not covered by either plan is Lancaster County, which is this guy right here. Cherokee and Oconee are available for the MMP. So our key benefit changes for 2021. We have increased our comprehensive dental allowance by $500. We have increased our quarterly over-the-counter budget, or allowance, I should say, by $25 per quarter. We have continued to offer the PERS device, the Personal Emergency Response System, increasing it to the PERS Plus version. And I'll go into details on each of these as we proceed. And then, of course, we will continue through 2021 to offer telehealth through Teledoc at no cost to our members. Below here, you'll see our network highlights. Now, keep in mind, this is just the highlights. These are what I thought would be the magnets for each specific area. So don't look at this and think that is all we have. Our network in South Carolina is quite stout. I will put it toe to toe with any of our competitors. Over the counter. The primary hot spot for each market varies. In the market that we are in here in South Carolina, over the counter has become the top supplemental benefit as far as the hot ticket items for our members. Now, dental has been for years, and dental's, I consider it 1 and 1A. But our over-the-counter has changed this year, and it's become even more simple to use and is geared towards all lifestyles. So the over-the-counter covers, of course, non-prescription health and wellness items. And now our members will have 2 options to order their over-the-counter stuff. And when I say order, one is actually to order. The other is this card you see here is a Molina over-the-counter Visa debit card, which can only be used at Walmart, which down here is very popular as far as that goes. But the other option is to order out of our OTC catalog. They do that via the phone, online, or our mobile app. For those of you who are familiar with the D-SNP market, the majority of those orders are going to be placed over the phone. Now, I've learned as the younger segment of our demographic, those new to 65, those aging in individuals, they tend to be a little more tech savvy, but with the D-SNP, it becomes a matter of the availability of the equipment and so on. So again, they can order from our catalog, which is awesome. It has pictures and makes it very easy to order and has over 450 products. And they get a $350 quarterly budget with a rollover. So they can roll that over throughout the year. Of course, at the end of the year, they need to use it up or it will go away. Dental, like I said, 1 and 1A. Dental is our 1A at this point. The over-the-counter has become the hot ticket. Our dental is through Delta Dental. Delta, the name is, that's what you get. You get Delta Dental. People know it. Dentists like it. They get a $2,000 comprehensive allowance. There's $0 deductible and $0 copay. $2,000. So if you're familiar with the competitors in South Carolina, you know that sounds slightly less than others. Well, it is if you read it straight across the board and don't know the details. The $2,000 is strictly for comprehensive. All preventative services are covered at no cost, and they do not count against that comprehensive allowance. So essentially, we are as good or better than the competition, and it's from Delta.
Kevin, I was going to say, I know that Delta Dental is one of the largest networks, but in regards to what you were saying, these brokers that might not know the difference between the comprehensive and preventative, I do have like a job aid that kind of helps with that. But if Molina does have a guide for that as well, we can provide that to them.
Oh, that'd be great. I don't know if we have a specific job aid, but I can make one. So that would not be a problem. Give me a day or two and I'll get you one.
Yeah, just so the brokers have like a nice little, job aid, cheat sheet, whatever they want to call it.
Gotcha. With the specifics of preventative and versus. Right. Okay. Yeah, I'll see what I can do.
Okay.
Cool. And then, of course, Delta does cover dentures, or this plan covers dentures. Members when they go into the dentist, should identify themselves as Delta Dental members, not Molina Healthcare members. Because if you say, hey, I have Molina, the dentist is going to look at you and say, I don't care. I don't know what that is. So,
Right. Exactly.
so that is it's the agent's responsibility. You have to educate them. And if you've worked in this market with the DSNPs or traditional MAPD, that includes dental, generally they don't have their own. There is a couple that do, but more often than not, they are a contracted vendor for dental. So make sure that your client understands that they have Molina Healthcare and they have Delta Dental Insurance. Here is the contact information for Delta Dental. Feel free to call and ask any questions. And this is where you will find the Delta Dental providers. So keep in mind, this is a dual plan. A lot of dentists do not deal with Medicaid. So it's not the traditional mainstream Delta network, but it is still more vast than, say, I don't want to name another one, but other provider networks.
Right.
Hearing. I love this company, Hear USA. They do something for our clients that none of the carriers that I have worked with I have seen this. First of all, they have 5,000 locations nationwide, and this coverage includes a routine hearing test, a fitting or evaluation, and hearing aids. So here's where I like Hear USA. In most of these plans, you have two maybe you can choose from, which is probably more than adequate. With this plan, you get a choice of 10 hearing aids from all of the major manufacturers of hearing aids. To me, that means very little, but what it does mean is that I have a choice. And for what it's worth as human beings, just sometimes being given the choice makes a world of difference.
Right.
So, whereas, it could be, you can have this blue one with 2 buttons or this green one with 3 buttons. Oh, I want 3 buttons and green's my favorite color. It makes me feel great. It's just the freedom of choice. So, and the other good thing about this plan is the hearing test and fitting, and the routine hearing test and the fitting and the evaluation you do not need a referral, nor do you need prior authorization. The only time you will need either of those is for hearing aids. For the actual hearing aids, you don't need a referral, but you will need prior authorization, obviously, because of the cost involved. PERS Plus, the Personal Emergency Response System. I used to never put a lot of weight as an agent into this until a couple years ago. This became more of a popular ticket item. And now with people being stuck at home due to the pandemic, hopefully, this will all end soon and we can all get back to normal. But for the foreseeable future, I have no idea. They have taken this to a whole new level, because now they can actually hit this button in a non-emergency situation when they're sitting there and they're just losing their mind from being alone for weeks at a time. It's a nice added feature, and I, for one, am appreciative of CST for doing this. They were recently bought out by Best Buy, and I'm not sure if that had anything to do with the advancement of this product, but it is a great product. It has 24/7 protection at home and on the go, because it runs off of the Wi-Fi or the internet or cell towers. It's a built-in cellular communicator. So it's plug and play. You'll see, if you can see the picture here, it has the standard USB. You plug it into the little block and plug it into the wall, or whatever other options you choose to use. It is lightweight and comfortable, water resistant, neck pendant or wristband options. And I actually have a sample of this. It really is light. It's the watch. I mean, it's not the prettiest thing in the world, but listen, if you have an active senior that doesn't want to have a pendant around their neck, they can throw it around their wrist. It has two-way voice communication with the CST Caring Center representative. So long and short of it is, you push that button, you say, I've fallen and I can't get up, and you are going to talk right through that watch or that pendant. sophisticated GPS location service to help find the member during a button press. And it has a fall down detection available to you. So if you fall and you're unable to push the button, it will know, which is really neat as well. It has a USB. I've already kind of touched on this, a small charge included. It takes 3.5 hours to go from 0 to 100%. And then, of course, Bluetooth technology, connectivity to home health devices. I don't know what they're referring to with home health devices, but regardless, it has Bluetooth. That's what I hear when I read that, Bluetooth. Again, a referral for this device is required. The PERS benefit is available to qualifying members with prior authorization. I said referral, I meant prior authorization. The qualification criteria for PERS will be discussed with your member through our care management team. Our care management team is wonderful. I cannot say enough about them. They will do whatever they can to get this through if they feel that the member needs it. So moving on from the PERS device, let's talk about telehealth. Telehealth is non-emergency care over the phone or online or through text. It costs $0 for Molina members. It is a convenient alternative with 24/7 care from home. This service is provided by Teladoc, and I have included their information down here. The one thing about this is we decided the pandemic has created two distinctly different types of people. Those people who are like, I don't care, I'm going to live my life, I'm going to do everything. They're not going to benefit from this. But then there's the other demographic of people that is, they are afraid and they are going to stay home, and this could save them a lot of stress and ultimately, if they need to go to the doctor, then they can be told to go to the doctor. But either way, we want to be able to cater to the needs of our members, no matter which way they are leaning. So Teladoc, great permanent addition to the Molina plan. Vision coverage. Our vision coverage is pretty standard, pretty on par for the rest of for our competition. The coverage includes a routine eye exam every year and an eyewear allowance of $300. I inadvertently left the amount off of the slide. I apologize, but the amount is $300. And the following materials are covered. You have contact lenses, eyeglasses, lenses and frames, or separately you can get eyeglass lenses or eyeglass frames and upgrades such as tinted, UV, polarized, or photochromatic lenses. Honestly, I have no idea what photochromatic lenses are, but it does sound incredibly fancy. So to me, that makes this even more appealing. And we use March Vision Care. And again, I've included their contact information. And I will tell you all that I do one-off trainings with these vendors throughout the year. So I will be sure to send those invites out to you all at IAD and look forward to seeing you at them. Fitness benefit, Silver and Fit. We've upgraded our fitness benefit, and I like what Silver and Fit has done. We had Fitness Coach last year, which is actually a branch of this group of Silver and Fit. And you can see here a little snapshot of the potential gyms that they work with. I don't think it's limited to this. I think these are just the major brands. I think there are local gyms that they work with here in South Carolina. Don't quote me on that. You would have to actually go to silverandfit.com to actually see the network of gyms. But it's not just about the gyms anymore. Again, we all know the world changed 5 months ago, 6 months ago, however, and it feels like an eternity ago. And hopefully, if you're watching this after a certain date, it's in the past. But for now, it is a real thing. And the fitness benefit gives members access to both participating fitness centers as well as home fitness kits. There are 2 types of kits offered. A member can select 2 of the 34 home fitness kits and 1 Stay Fit kit every year. Okay, so the home fitness kits are fairly self-explanatory. There's a list of different types of exercises, but the Stay Fit kits, that's where they've taken it to the next level. It's really cool, and I'll get into it in our next slide. In addition, Silver and Fit also has a digital library of over 1,500 digital workouts on the mobile app or the Silver and Fit website. And you can actually get the name of the mobile app via the Silver and Fit website. Again, our DSNP clientele may not be too hip on the mobile app, but you are going to have the ones that are. You as agents, you know your clients. You do what's best for your clients. If they want the mobile app, find them the mobile app. And then the other thing that they've added is the one-on-one healthy aging coaching sessions by phone. It's just a great addition, especially if you add it to this next slide, which is the Silver and Fit Stay Fit kits. The member can also choose one of the following 6 Stay Fit kits. They can get a Fitbit wearable activity tracker, or a Garmin wearable activity tracker, or they can get the strength kit, beginner, intermediate, or advanced, or the yoga kit. So in addition to 2 of the home fitness kits, they get 1 of these, which is awesome. Those Fitbits are very cool, and our healthy seniors should have access to this stuff and not have to pay the premium price that these things would draw at a retail outlet. And again, I've concluded Silver and Fit's contact info here. You can find their network of gyms right here for your area. Okay, so here is the plan specifics. This is a DSNP plan. So let's save you some time. If they are a full dual and you write them on this plan, they're going to pay $0 for all of their covered benefits until you get to the prescription drugs, where of course our tier 1s are $0. And then everything else, as you can see from the chart, goes based on their LIS level. So they will pay the standard LIS copays. As you're looking at this, you probably notice that there's a dollar amount here and a percentage here. And if you actually open up our summary of benefits, you'll see that they have other benefits that have an amount. The reason for that is that this plan is not only writable for full duals, but it is writable for partial duals, such as QIs or SLMBs, which is a specified low-income Medicare beneficiary or a qualified individual. These are the Medicare savings programs that would make an individual partial dual. The key investigative question to ask is your Part B being paid for? If their Part B is being paid for by the state, then they are going to qualify under SLMB or QI, thus making this plan available for them as well. So again, I'm not gonna rehash the simple benefit summary we have here, because I've gone over most of it. Just know that full duals will pay $0 copay for all covered services up to prescription drugs. So that brings us to the end of the actual benefits discussion, but there's something new that has also been created out of necessity through the pandemic and may play well for you IAD agents in other states that may want to write some business in South Carolina. We have a new telephonic option. Now, it's not new at this point, but it's new to us this year. Again, we created this as a response to the COVID-19 pandemic. So I'm going to do a brief summarization of how this works. So for you that have a client that you've talked to, whether we've done a mail drop or whatever, and you've communicated with them, we all know that when you do any kind of sales meeting, you have to have a scope of appointment. So we have created a separate line for you to call and do a scope of appointment. You will then do your presentation to them, whether you're sharing it on a screen or if you're just reading the summary of benefits or whatever you're comfortable with, being compliant and not misleading any beneficiaries. You're doing a presentation, plain and simple. You will then make another 3-way call and complete the enrollment. So the enrollment form is very simple. It's available to you on your Calidus account anyone that's certified knows exactly what your Calidus account is. And you go to the Telephonic Enrollment tab and you open it up, fill it out. And then, of course, you make a 3-way call to your call center. They complete the enrollment with you and your client on the phone. And all they do is they rehash the actual application and verify that they are who they are and that the numbers we've given are correct, and read the disclaimers and such. And then, of course, you're going to drill down for some follow-ups and referrals. So the standard is 30, 60, 90-day follow-ups. I always did a follow-up just prior to them receiving their cards, or just after the first of the month to make sure everything. And then I go into my 30, 60, 90. So I like to add that initial follow-up too. I think if you answer questions, if you're proactive, it'll bode well as an agent. Just some best practices here I'm sharing. And then I've kind of went over everything in the initial slide, but to do the summary of benefits, the scope of appointment, you make a 3-way call with our broker support unit. And here is that number, 844-885-3948. Their hours they're of course in Utah, so their hours are Mountain Time at 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. I personally am in Eastern Standard Time, and most of you, I'm guessing, selling in South Carolina are as well. So we have the 9 to 8 p.m. Once you're on the phone, that scope of appointment, it says 3 to 5 minutes here. This is going to depend on the talkativeness of your client, and we've all been in that house where they're lonely, and that's part of our job, is we get to be companions as well as insurance agents. So I've seen them take as little as 2 minutes and as long as 8 minutes. So again, generally this part is very quick and short, but you as an agent need to kind of educate your client on what to expect so they don't get scared by the questions, because they're very simple. It's a simple scope of appointment. And then when that is done, you as the broker will get a confirmation. So you control the confirmation, making it easier for you to manage that going forward. Okay, so the scope of appointment's done. You are then going to open your browser, whatever you use, go to your Calidus account. Here's the link. And then you're going to log in. And then when you get in, you'll see your landing page for Calidus. You're going to select this telephonic enrollment. When that opens up, a whole list of different state enrollment forms will be available to you. Obviously, we're going to pick South Carolina here. And then you're going to fill it out. You're going to go through, you've already done your presentation by this point, so the client's ready to commit. You're going to fill out the telephonic enrollment form. It's a PDF. It's very short and sweet, to the point. I don't need to train you all on how to fill those out, because that's what you're good at. You guys have already mastered the filling out of enrollment forms. So once you've done that, you're going to save that PDF file to your desktop or wherever you save it. Make a designated file to save them. I advise, again, you can do whatever, but for ease of use, save it under their last name, first name, proposed effective date. Because when you do save it and then you upload it into our system, it gets put into the queue at the call center. So if you have it, if it's that easy, last name, first name, proposed effective date, boom, they can pull it up and you get it done quick. So you've saved it to your computer. You're going to go to the file upload section under the telephonic enrollment tab in Calidus still. You will then, when you hit that, this will pop up. You'll click that, which will trigger this little box. You hit upload file, which will open this up. You're going to hit browse or choose file. If you're on an app or a Windows, it'll be browse likely. And then you find the file and open it and click save. And that will queue it to go into the queue for the call center. And it saves it to your Calidus account, so you have a record of it. So now you're going to choose, or excuse me, now that the application is in the queue, you have two options. And in my opinion, you have one option. Now, again, you all know your clients better than anybody. So if you know that you can let them go and they will answer the phone when our Molina call center representative calls them, then you can choose option 2. But option 1, in my opinion and in my experience, is going to be your best bet. Option 1 is you have the client on the phone with you, and they're already warm and they're ready to go. They're ready to get this done with. You make that 3-way call to the telephonic enrollment team at 866-714-8996 between 8 a.m. and 5 p.m. Pacific time, just to make it a little bit confusing. We couldn't have it super simple, which is 11 to 8 Eastern Standard Time. And then you stay on the line with your client and the call center rep while they complete the enrollment. Again, it is important that you educate your client on what they're going to hear. They're going to confirm who they are and confirm some of the information, the pertinent information, Medicare number, where they live. And then they're going to do the terms, conditions, and disclaimers to them, because that is a legal requirement from CMS to do a telephonic enrollment. So once that is completed, you will get the confirmation number. Again, you as the broker will get the confirmation number, and you keep that for your records. And again, you can distribute it to the client as they need it. So that is the telephonic enrollment process. The actual presentation of it is way more clunky than the actual process itself. It is, I assure you, it is one of the simplest things you'll do. The hardest part is the actual, what you already do well as agents, is the presentation and the actual selling of the plan. So in closing here, let me give you some key Molina contacts. That at the top is me. Please, I encourage you all to call me anytime. I do work weekends. Sundays are a little iffy, but the thing about me is I pride myself on availability. It is the objective of Molina to be the easiest carrier you have to work with. And the way I do that from my, ground level is I make myself available. You call me, you email me. If I don't answer, I will call you back quickly, and I respond to every email you send me that requires a response. Again, I'm here to work with you. I'm here to support you. Broker services team. This team I can not say enough about. They work very hard to fix any issues that we have. And they also can check eligibility as far as Medicaid goes, Medicare goes, order kits, talk about commissions, look up providers, so on and so forth. And then member services for your clients. And then all of the rest of them here are on our molinahealthcare.com website. Our POD, it's the pod we call it, is our provider online directory, and then our pharmacy and our broker portal, which is molina.calidus.insurance.net/ICM. And that is it. I leave I'll leave you with the best slide of them all with me and my contact information. Again, I encourage you all to reach out to me. And I thank you, Yvonne, and I thank you all at IED for having me here today. And I hope you all have learned a little bit, and I look forward to growing this partnership to something special.
Great.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Kevin. I wanted to go ahead and just touch base on that telephonic enrollment. From what I understand, it's about at length, maybe 7 minutes long when they do the disclaimer.
When we were testing, what we found, and we literally were role playing it and trying to act as if we were clients that we've dealt with in the past. It can take anywhere from 10 minutes. The shortest one I saw was like 9 minutes, and that was with no hangups. But again, depends on your client. Sometimes they just like to talk, and that's okay. Our team is trained to deal with that, so they can take up to 20 minutes. But
right, okay, that's good to know.
Yeah, and the good thing, as an agent, we want to educate them what to expect, because then we can. And I'm not trying to be insensitive to the loneliness factor, but then we can get them prepped and they can get through the process quicker.
Right. Okay, perfect. And, I was just kind of looking at, the telephonic enrollments, making it easier for the brokers if they do need, help in regards to that. We can provide you know, some scripts for them, really walk them through that process, let them know how to do that. Of course, this recording is going to be on our YouTube site, so agents can go ahead and access this whenever they want. I will go ahead and double that on the 24. For me, if anyone contacts me, I will return their call or email within that 24-hour period. So we do also take pride in what you were saying, Joe or Kevin, about, you know, reaching back to the brokers, making sure that we have that communication open.
Right.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Kevin, and we look forward to partnering up and making sure Molina is provided for the community in your region there, in your state.
I thank you again very much for having me.
All right. Thank you.